Hey, what's going on, everybody? I was making this video. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and quit drinking. And yeah, you're right, Hugh. You're right, man. It's going into my 30s. It's gonna be a slippery slope. And I've already tapered down to one drink a week, and what better time to quit than right now? And thank you for the advice. Thank you, truly. I know it was coming from a good place. I know, because even when I do drink, you already know I drink a lot. And it doesn't matter if you drank a 12-pack every day, or you drank 40 beers on Saturday with a half a pint of liquor or a fifth of liquor. There's no difference. You're still fucking your body up, or I was still fucking my body up. But yeah, I feel like I'm ready now. I know football helped me a lot, having going week to week, having something to put my mind towards, that it's like, hey, I'm gonna drink on Saturday, so it really did help. I feel like that's the only way to truly quit, is to taper down when it comes to anything, I guess. Cigarettes, alcohol, weed. I don't know about the weed. I tried doing that with the weed, but it always ended up like, fucking, I'm gonna go get another joint or something like that. I had to quit it cold turkey. Which, quitting weed cold turkey is nothing like quitting alcohol. Alcohol is 100 times worse. It's not even in the same ballpark. Like, it is. It's terrible. Not including the nightmares. The fucking nightmares, waking up seeing fucking weird shit. Like, that's what happens when you quit alcohol. That's what happens. You start having night terrors, literally. Because I've already tried to quit in the past. Tried to quit cold turkey and stuff when I was younger, because I was like, in my mind, I'm like, oh fuck it, my body's good, I can go ahead and quit. So that's more or less for my mind's sake is why I tapered it down too. Because now I know when come roll Saturday, that when I go to sleep, I won't have night terrors, because hell, I've only been drinking once a week anyway. I slept up during the Alabama championship game, SEC championship game, but that was celebration. And I'll still celebrate with alcohol too. I'm not going to quit like I'm not going to quit cold turkey for the rest of my life, but I'm not going to just drink to drink. I'm done drinking to drink. It's only going to be during holidays, special occasions. No more drink on game days or football or sports or anything. And yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm saying. You need to quit too, Hugh, or you need, at least slow down and try to taper down like I did. You can change it too. That's good. Thank you for the advice. That was good advice, man. You're a good guy. You're a good person. In a world of YouTube where there's not a lot of good people on YouTube, the exact opposite. Somebody's more willing to tell you to just drink yourself to death, than to tell you to stop. Yeah. That's the truth. That's the God honest truth. Being around the malt liquor community or just any drink community, that's just a recipe for disaster, because it's just going to constantly remind of the alcohol. So it was fun though, trolling still, no doubt. That shit was fun. He's a character, man. He needs to quit too, but unfortunately, I don't think he'll ever quit. I think he's set in his ways, and he'll go to his grave drinking malt liquor. It's fucked up, but it's true, man. He's too bullheaded. He doesn't see anything wrong with it too. That's the problem. Like, if a person doesn't see anything wrong with their addiction or with their problem, then they're not going to fix it. And the first true step to quitting is realizing you have a problem. And until you accept that you have a problem, then you'll never quit. You'll always just think that, I don't have a problem. Until you end up like Steel. And you have onset cirrhosis of the liver. Because malt liquor is 100% a cause of cirrhosis of the liver. Another thing I don't talk about either is cirrhosis of the liver runs in my family, not from drinking, but from well water. On my mom's side, her family drank from wells that had limestone in it, and it gave a lot of them cirrhosis of the liver. So, I don't know if it got passed down to me. I don't know how that stuff works, but so I'm saying I'm already prone to getting cirrhosis, so I need to go ahead and quit. That stomach pain, that is 100% probably gut, liver bio, the green shit that comes out of your liver. That definitely was going back into my gut. I was throwing it up. It was green, yellowish. That's what it was. It was that gut bile, or that liver bile, whatever it's called. And, you kind of need that to fucking live. You kind of need that to filter out the toxins in your liver. I believe that's how cirrhosis develops, is you drink, and then it dumps that out of your liver, and then you drink again, and then that's when it does the damage. But yeah, guess I'm gonna go ahead and quit full sobriety. It'd be best. I've already been wanting to quit for a while anyway. But like I said, you can quit too, man. It's yeah. I guess on a brighter note though, and in the soapbox, because I don't like talking about that shit like that. It's all soap opera, whatever. College playoffs coming tomorrow, and honestly, I'm just gonna give a quick rundown who I want to win: Tulane, Alabama, Texas A&M, and Oregon. Which Oregon is gonna win because they're the better team. But Tulane and Ole Miss, I want to see Tulane win or whatever. But Ole Miss is probably gonna win. I'd like to see Tulane win. Ole Miss might have a fire under them, but it might backfire on them too, because Lane Kiffin, being the play caller that he is, they might not call the right plays and throw interceptions or fumbles, and then actually give the game to Tulane. Like I said, I don't care who we play. It could be Ole Miss or Tulane. It doesn't matter. A lot of Georgia fans want Tulane just so it'd be an easy matchup. Well, fuck. If it was going to be an easy matchup, wouldn't Ole Miss beat them? Ole Miss probably is going to beat them. Just being an SEC school, they're gonna outweigh them, and they're gonna bully dog them. They're gonna beat them off the line because they're gonna be outmatched at every position, because Ole Miss is gonna have basically NFL ready players, just like every other SEC school. Players are ready to go play in the NFL right now, basically, because that's just how football is. That's how it goes. That's why Zachariah Branch, he's probably going to leave after this season, and I don't blame him, man. Go ahead and go on to the NFL. I don't mean go on and get, but I mean, hell, go get your bag. Go get your money, man. Brock Bowers, he left too. Brock Bowers, he left because he didn't want to play with Carson Beck. He knew Carson Beck wasn't good, so Brock Bowers went ahead and went and, man, I was seeing something that the Raiders, they might trade Brock Bowers to Kansas City, and that'd be awesome. Like, Brock Bowers, he needs to go to a team where he can win a Super Bowl. He doesn't need to stay at the Raiders, that's for sure. They might trade him and try to get draft picks and try to get a bunch of stuff for him. He's, because of just how of elite caliber player he is, I guess. It's going to be tough not drinking. I know that. I tell you when it's the toughest is at nighttime, or obviously at night or whatever, because that's when you usually drink, or on the weekends too. What gets me though is how WB was in the chat, Still's chat, basically telling everybody, you need to quit drinking, you need to get offline. And then like a couple days later, she deletes her account and gets offline. It's like, goddamn, I guess you took your own advice. She has the mind of a high schooler. Her mind never developed after high school. That's when I talk to her, that's the vibes I get. She's obviously, you know, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. She has the mind of a high schooler. Hell, all of them do, kind of. Even Still Worldwide. He's a little more mature, but yeah, they all, the way they talk and the way they act or whatever, it's, yeah. Some might say it's low IQ. Some might say it's stupidity. I say it's, they're acting like high schoolers. They're acting like kids, basically. Like that Mustard May, I looked up him. He's like a guy, he's a fucking veteran. He's in there talking and acting like a goddamn little child, you know, which, you know, yeah, is what it is. It is what it is, though. He can live his life however he wants. But, you know, he's a good guy, though, the Mustard May. I don't remember his name. He's a good guy because he was telling me about how he had a Ford Ranger. And I've talked to him in that chat before. And, you know, he seems like he's a pretty down-to-earth guy. But, goddamn, he gets to talking to them people or whatever. He talks just like them. Talks just like them. And that's what it is, I guess. Unfortunately. I doubt he'll ever see this video, but he was telling me about how his Ford Ranger was having fuel pump problems. Talking about how he's going to have to drop the tank. Somebody told me he would have to drop the tank on it. You don't have to drop the tank. You can take 4 bolts out of the bed, get somebody to help you, take the bed off, obviously, or you could just rock the bed to the back. What a lot of people do. And you got full access to the water pump, the fuel filter, everything. What I was going to say, though, and like I said, he probably won't watch this video, but change the fuel filter first, because the fuel filter is in line, being a 2005 Ranger. So go ahead and change that first, because that can give symptoms of a bad fuel pump, and then a fuel pump relay could be going bad. Them are pretty cheap items and pretty easy to get to. I mean, the fuel pump, you gotta be able to take that off, obviously, but the relay, just plug and play. Simplistic. Of course, you gotta find where the relay is. It's underneath it's underneath the engine. Or underneath the engine. It's underneath the hood in the fuse box. You can actually bench test which, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You can bench test the relay with a multimeter to check and see if it is actually broken. So you can back trace it, right? So you can check the relay and then replace the fuel filter. And then if it's still giving you problems, probably the fuel pump. Could be the fuel injectors too. And if it's a 3-liter, and if it ain't all them things, it could be the head. On them 3 liters, for some reason, over time, the exhaust valve would relapse into the head, meaning it would leak and lose compression, basically. And when an engine loses compression, it's trash, basically. It's junkyard time. It's served its purpose. It's done for now. You either bore it out and take it to another size, or you put sleeves in it, or you trash it. You can't bore a 3-liter out, I don't think, and nobody would even do it. So you probably need a new head or new heads. Whew, man. Sounds daunting, don't it? I shouldn't have said any of that, should I? Shouldn't have said any of that. Just worry about the fuel pump. Don't worry about the fuel injectors or the head or anything like that. Well, I mean, there's one way you can check to see if the head's lost compression, and that's hook a compression gauge to it. Hook the compression gauge into where the spark plug goes and turn the engine over, you know, with the fuel pump disconnected, obviously, so the engine don't fire. So you're gonna have to take that relay out anyway. So, yeah. On my truck right now, I know my fuel pump's good because I just know. And I've replaced the fuel filter, I don't know, like 30,000 miles ago, and it could probably need a new fuel pump relay. But I need new fuel injectors on my truck. The fuel injectors are starting to go bad or whatever. And instead of replacing them, I'm putting Lucas fuel injector cleaner, and it's working. Like it is, but as soon as you quit putting the Lucas in there, it goes right back to misfiring. So that's a telltale. It's the fuel injectors. But yeah, anytime you have rough idling like that, it could be an electronic problem. It could be your one of your coil pack went out, or when your spark plugs are fouling out, your plug wires got intermittent resistance or whatever. It could be as simple as a PCV valve or a PCV valve could be clogged or be stuck, making it idle rough. I'm not gonna continue naming the things that can make it misfire, because I mean it's a lot basically. And on newer vehicles, it's basically the same. You know, even newer ones, that even more fucking electronic problems that can go wrong. Yeah. Now, if it's the 4-cylinder, now the 4-cylinder. Yeah. I'd just go ahead and whatever. I'd go ahead and get that fuel pump replaced. If that's what you think it is, that's what I'm saying. Go ahead and do it. Or whoever thinks it is, just go ahead and do it. But I would replace the fuel filter and the fuel pump relay too with it, just as preventative maintenance. Usually that's it though. Like usually if they think it's the fuel pump going bad or something, it's usually a stopped up fuel filter or the fuel pump relays going bad. And save them from having to buy a whole new fuel pump and having to take the bed off and do all that work basically. I don't know if he lives up north or not. Up north, the fucking gas tank's gonna be all rusted, the metal ring and everything, so it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hell getting that shit off. 2005. I mean, hell, it could probably have 5 to 10 years on it, and it would be just as rusty as if it was 20 years being up. Like 5 years up north is like 20 years down here because of all the salt and everything they put on the roads. The cars, they just don't last. It eats them alive. So, yeah. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm not, because I'm quitting drinking. I feel like shit. Because, it's just really from the weed. That's what I'm saying. The weed just makes you feel bad when you finally quit it. But yeah, fucking Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Happy holidays to everybody. Everybody stay warm. Stay warm and stay jolly, I guess. College playoffs tomorrow. About fucking time. Yep. Fuck yeah, go Dogs.